Hey guys, today I want to do an advanced guide for the healer class after the first class change. And I'm sorry to say that this class is a very manual gameplay intensive compared to the other classes. But to me, it's fine. To some people, it can be quite annoying because you need to heal and cleanse at the right moment or else your team will die. Unless you are partying with Ultra Whale that just out-damage and out-tank the dungeon. Other than that, you have to actually press the skill at the right time in the Rift dungeon. First, let's take a look at the skill you get after the first class change. So after you do all the quests, you can start summoning for better new skill, and all of them, okay, all of them are damage skill. So you get your ticket in here and you get your ticket in here, and you'll summon these shadow tentacle looking funny skill, and they will do massive damage for you in the story mode compared to the previous CC0 skill. So for the story build, you can just go with the recommended build from the game because it's pretty much the only build you need to worry about for the main story, because all these skills can do massive amount of damage and they are way better than whatever your previous Holy Radiance can be. So that's the main story skill. Very simple. You do massive damage. Very fun. And if you pair yourself with a damage dealer, let's say my friend here who's an assassin, he can do massive damage as well, and you get 3-star in most of your story clear and get the most EXP from AFK possible. However, when you go to the trial and you start doing Rift, Trials, Dragons, Wave, or Guild Expedition, in which they will require you to heal the teammates, you actually don't use any of the skill after the class change at all, which can be quite confusing because, hey, I thought class change is supposed to make you better, but you only do more damage in the main story. You use different skill, looks very cool. But when you go back to healing the team, you go back to the skill that you have before the class change, okay? So which skill are good for healing? So this is the healing setup. You will have to change one skill depending on the situation of the dungeon. For basic attack, we are going back to Holy Radiance because Holy Radiance can reduce the residing time by 20%, which is really amazing, allow you to heal more often. Compared to Shadow Lash, which will allow you to do more damage by summoning more tentacles on the ground and reduce the healing effect. So don't use the Shadow skill with your healing, okay? And to accompany the Holy Radiance basic attack core skill, you can use Radiant Descent. Shit, my English is not really good. I'm not sure Descent. But it will deal additional damage to all enemies around the target and reduce additional damage to 30%. So not too bad. Or I feel like you can also use the energy conversion, which will reduce your passive skill damage, but you don't do any passive skill damage anyway, but increase your core skill damage by a little bit. And when you are healing, most of the time or 100% of the time, you are only using core skill for damage anyway. So Radiant Descent or Energy Conversion. For the active healing skill, you want to have one main healing skill. So this can be Restoration, or it can be Group Healing, or it can be Healing Touch. So Restoration is pretty good because it heals with very low cooldown and it applies healing over time, over 25 seconds on the ally target. So even if the skill is on cooldown, the unit is still being healed by the Restoration, combined with the passive healing we're going to talk about later. The first manual skill, okay? When you play auto, you can actually turn off auto for certain skill, and you need to turn off auto for these skill. The first manual skill will be Purification. As you progress in the game, the boss will start putting debuff on you. The first debuff you're going to meet is going to be in the Valley of Ill Omen. So the boss will put like a poison thing on you. If you use skill, you will receive damage. So you have to cleanse that. But it's not too crazy. And then you go to Permafrost. You will start getting frozen. By the boss, you will see the frozen icon half filled up. That's why you need to start cleansing. Or else if it's all the way filled up, the boss will freeze you, and if the boss frees you when you need to heal the team will die, which is not good. And when you go to Volcano, the boss will put defense break on your team. If you don't cleanse that manually when the game tells you to do it, the game always tells you when to cleanse, okay? You don't have to worry about like, ooh, when do I know to cleanse? The game will have a pop-up on top of the boss to tell you how to cleanse, and you need to press the skill manually. Don't let it run on auto because it will use it randomly. So you need to cleanse the defense break, or else your tank will get one shot by the boss very easily. So when you put this skill in your skill settings, you need to turn off auto for this and use it when you really need it. Next up, we have another manual skill that's going to be Divine Healing. So in some bosses, the boss can do massive amount of damage over time. So the skill will last like 5-10 seconds of the boss just doing massive damage to your team. And you need to pop this skill either before that or right when the boss starts hitting your team. And then your team will be healed continuously for the duration of the boss damage and you will survive. Very important to manually press this skill because the cooldown for this skill is like 50 seconds. It is very, very long. So you cannot let this skill run on auto. You have to press it at the right time. And in other situations where the damage is a big hit that do a big amount of damage in that 1 second, just one hit, you want to use Radiant Barrier instead of Divine Healing because Divine Healing is good for big damage over time, but when it's only one big hit, then you can use Radiant Barrier to reduce the damage received by your team and also restore a bit of health. But you need to pay attention to what kind of damage the boss will do. I mean, the game kind of tell you to use Barrier or Divine Healing pretty much in the pop-up on the boss when you do it. So just use the right skill in the right boss and you're going to be okay. For now, when you go to the Rift, you will have to use the Radiant Barrier for the Ice boss. You will have to use Divine Healing for the Tree boss and the Volcano Worm thing. And you're good to go. For the passive, I'm going with All Healing passive. So this one is for dealing cost skill and then you will heal a target. Very simple. It's a passive healing skill. You attack and then will heal the target. Another passive is increase the healing effect when you use your basic attack core skill. Very simple. The next one is after you heal the teammate, you put a mark on them and then it will heal them after that as well. So it's pretty much just auto healing. And then the last one is going to restore energy, which allow you to use the basic attack core skill faster, which will allow you to heal more often with the passive healing. So all this will make up the perfect healer for your first class change. Now that is the skill selection. What about the pet? You can't really choose what you get from the pet, unfortunately. But if you want to target certain thing, if there's wishlist event going on right now, or you just start a game, there's going to be wishlist, then you want to target certain thing. When you want to heal, you rely on your critical, your actual attack stat, and haste. Because haste is the stat that allow you to heal more often. And there's only one legendary pet that increased haste, which is going to be the Snow Leopard. So if you can wishlist Snow Leopard, you will be a better healer. For doing damage, because in the main story, you're not healing shit, you're also doing damage, you will look out for Demon Hound. At this part of the game, I have pretty good crit rate because the equipment are getting better and better. So I crit and hit determination very often. And with this pet, it will allow you to stack up insane amount of damage with critical hit and determination proc. So Demon Hound is pretty much the recommendation for all class in terms of dealing damage. But for healing better, if you care enough to switch the main pet in your Rift, then you want to switch to Snow Leopard. And for the third one, you can go for Thunder to increase all damage and the passive, which is very important because I think the passive skill are much more important than the active skill too. It will increase your attack by 2% at the start of the battle and it will stack up slowly until the end of the battle. And attack percent is what gives you more healing power. So the third one can be the Thundercloud. Or if you happen to get Blade Hound, you can survive longer. That is pretty cool too. Or if you happen to get Smarty with the passive, it will increase your crit, haste, and determination. Pretty much everything you need to become a better healer. But then, life is not fair. You might not even get the legendary pet that you want. So what about the epic one? Is there anything that is good enough for you? So if you don't get any of the good legendary one, you can definitely go for this one. Because the other legendary increase damage and you are a healer. You don't really do damage or at all in the moment where your people need you. So get this one, increase your attack, and heal better. Another one that's not too bad is going to be Polar Shadow. But this one will increase your manual gameplay need even further because it decreases the cooldown of all tactical skill, the healing skill, by 10 seconds. And you need to time it properly so that you can use this 10-second reduction properly. Or else you reduce your cooldown by 1 second, because when you use the skill, the cooldown start ticking. You can press the pet immediately, so you have to put the pet on manual and not auto anymore, so that you can reduce the cooldown in the most optimal way. So I don't think anyone would love to play this game more than they need to. So even though in theory this pet is perfect for a healer because you want to heal more often, but because you have to manually play it, it might suck. Okay, just gonna be frank, but it is not too bad. Just gonna suck to play. For talent, just go all the way left for the first one because it improves your energy recovery, aka reduce your basic attack speed, aka healing more often with passive. And go with healing magic so that you heal better. You don't need to do a lot of damage in the main story anyway. For stat, you want to look out for high attack to heal bigger, haste to heal more often, critical hit and determination to heal bigger randomly because it's a chance to get that. And HP and defense survive better, and you don't have to care too much about the other stuff. It's great to have, but if you don't get high block or endurance or tenacity, it is totally fine as well. Those are for the tank people to worry about. Like, look at this one. I have level 5 haste and level 5 attack. That's what you really want. The accuracy is kind of wasted because I'm not doing the amazing damage anyway. If I can replace the accuracy with crit or determination, that's gonna be amazing. But recasting is super expensive. It's not easy to get what you want. So I would say trying to get 2 of the 3 of the stat on a piece of equipment that really benefit you. And if the third one sucks, it is okay. Don't recast one after another and then you're out of gold to do any other things in the game, because upgrading skill is getting so fucking expensive. Or pretty much upgrading anything in this game, it's getting ridiculously expensive. So don't go for like the best stat possible. Get like 2 of the 3 to be the thing that you want, and you're good to go. So maybe I will recast this one a little bit. I think I just got this one brand new because it's level 1 defense. Maybe I can get level 5 defense. That'd be great. And the other stat, whatever it roll, it will be okay. Right now, I don't feel like I'm lacking heal at all, and I still haven't spent more money. You can see the amount I'm using is gifted to me. Lexico, my friend, found out you can actually give your friend stuff, which is kind of crazy. So you can see in the gift center, he has gifted me some skin. No crazy stat boost, whatever. It's purely cosmetics. So far, spent $6 in the game, and I don't feel like I'm behind. Of course, I can be an ultra weapon and a 500k CP, but you don't really need to have that to enjoy the game. So that's pretty much it for me today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.